Today we are going to start Season 2 of Squid Game, in which we will get to see lots of death games. So the episode starts from the airport, where we see red-haired Gi-hun getting a call from the Squid people, and they tell him that he should board his flight and go to his daughter, but Gi-hun doesn't do that, and he swears that he will catch the people of Squid Game, after which he sits in a taxi and goes back to his city. Gi-hun then goes to a store and buys a knife and goes to the bathroom. Gi-hun understood that the people of Squid Game have caught him. There must have been a GPS tracker installed in his body through which they were tracking his location. Now Gi-hun finds that chip behind his ear. Then he cuts it with a knife and takes it out and throws it in the water. After this, we see Jong-ho, who was shot by the Squid Game frontman at the end of last season. But now we find out that he is actually alive. After this, the story moves forward by 2 years. Jong-ho has now become a traffic constable, and he is issuing fine to boys for not wearing helmets. His senior comes to meet him, and we come to know that, after he regained from consciousness, he had told everything to his seniors that death games are held on a private island and hundreds of people die in it. But since he did not have any proof, no one believed him. So Jong-ho has now accepted defeat and is calmly watching the traffic. The senior, who is working as a constable, asks Jong-ho if he remembers the face of the man who shot him, but Jong-ho denies. In fact, he remembers the front man's face clearly, because it is none other, he is Jong-ho's brother In-ho. On the other hand, we see a couple looking for a hotel. They come across the Pink Hotel, but since the signboard is closed, they think it must be full, when in reality, it isn't full. Gi-hun lives in the Pink Hotel. He has installed CCTV cameras all around to prevent from anyone. After this, Gaehan's loan shark Kim comes to meet him, the same loan shark from whom Gi-hun had taken a loan in Season 1. Actually, Gi-hun is looking for the man who used to deal with people. Dokji plays the game and then invites them to come to the Squid Game. We will call him the recruiter. Gi-hun has put Kim on the job to find the recruiter because he has many men who go to all the stations in the city and search recruiter. Gi-hun was paying him millions of money. This was the same money that he got after winning the Squid Game. Gaehan says that 3 years ago in this month that man had gave card. The best chance to catch him is now. If the game is still going on, the recruiter will definitely come to give card to the new players. He did not believe Gi-hun that someone is making people play such death games. But Kim believed his words because she was not going to waste millions of rupees on him. Along with that, he was also noticing that many people take loan from him, and then they disappear somewhere, so maybe those people would have gone to the Squid Game and died. Gi-hun has also said that if they catch recruiter, he will give them a reward of 1 billion. All the people of Kim happily agree to do this work. On the other hand, Jong-ho was also trying to find the island where the Squid Game is played for 2 years ago. He goes out into the sea with the boat driver in search of that island. This boat driver is none other than the same man who found Jong-ho's body floating in the sea, and he had saved Jong-ho's life by taking him to the hospital. These people go to some place every week. They go to see the new island, but they haven't found the game island. The driver says that there must be around 100 islands around the place where he found Jong-ho's body, so it is very difficult to find the game island. Kim tells all his people that they have to find a man in a suit who will have a briefcase in his hand. He plays, slaps them, and then gives them an invitation card and leaves. They have to keep an eye on all the stations of the city day and night, and as soon as they see the man. Now all of them sit in groups and search for this man. These people leave and search all the trains and stations, but they do not find anyone for many days. Now one day Kim was having lunch sitting with his partner. Then Lee tells his boss, "We are searching for this Dokji guy from last 2 years, but we could not find anyone." Then they hear the sound of a slap, and they see that right in front of them was the same recruiter who was playing Dokji game with a boy. Then he gives him the invitation card of the game, and goes from there. These people immediately call Gi-hun and tell him. Gi-hun tells them that, "Follow that man. He is coming there." Meanwhile, the boy to whom he had given the card gets a call from his girlfriend Joo-hee, but he does not receive it. His girlfriend was sitting in a hospital, and she also had a card of Squid Game. And she leaves from there without getting her operation done. Then the recruiters goes to a shop and buys 100 breads and 100 lottery tickets from there. Then he goes to a park where a lot of homeless people were sitting. The poor man wakes up and tells him that he has a bread and a ticket, but he can take only one of them. The poor man leaves the bread and takes a lottery ticket to try his luck, but nothing comes out of it. Then he goes to the poor man and gives him two options. He too chooses a ticket, and nothing comes out of it. The recruiter keeps doing this. Most of the people were choosing the ticket in greed for money, and very few people chose bread. Meanwhile, Kim was secretly watching all this drama. Now he drops it on the ground and people start asking him why he is throwing the food, to which the recruiter replies that it is you people who have wasted the food and not me. You had the chance, but instead of eating, you chose the ticket. After that, the recruiter crushes all the breads with his feet. Then he catches a taxi and leaves from there, and Kim and Lee start following him in another taxi. They keep updating the location to Gi-hun. The traffic police stops him because he was driving fast. The traffic was none other. He is Junho. At this time, he sends the new officer to issue. After taking the fine, Gi-hun leaves from there, which the new officer finds very strange. New officer tells him that there were many mobile phones and tablets in the man's car. He gets suspicious. Junho reads name on the fine and recognizes him. Meanwhile, while chasing the recruiter, they come to the street and think that Gi-hun is taking so long to come, they should catch this man. They go to catch him, then he alone starts beating both of them. When Gi-hun comes here, then he finds Kim's knife lying there, and the recruiter was watching him from the roof. He ties them up who were crying out of fear, and he tells them that they are going to play a death game called Russian roulette, in which the recruiter will put a bullet in the revolver, meaning the chances of dying from it will be 1 in 6. Saying this, he even shoots at himself, which tells us that this man is very crazy, and he is not even afraid of his own death. Anyway, he asks Kim and Lee to play rock, paper, scissors, and whoever loses, the recruiter will shoot him. The game starts, and no one dies for a long time. Then the recruiter puts 5 bullets in the revolver instead of 1, which means that now the chances of survival are 1 in 6. Now the game starts again, and Lee accidentally loses both his hands. He goes into hiding, meaning that now his boss can easily defeat him if he wants, but he has to save Lee. For this, Kim intentionally loses, and the recruiter shoots him in the head. Meanwhile, the police reaches Kim's hideout in search of Gi-hun, and from there he gets the address of Pink Hotel. When Gi-hun returns to the hotel, then his light was on, which he understands that there is someone inside, and it was none other. He was recruiter, who asks Gi-hun why he was looking for him. Gi-hun says that you are just a pet dog. I want to find your boss. Now he tells that he used to do the work of removing and burning dead bodies in the Squid Game. One day he was made a recruiter by giving him a gun in his hand. He had killed his own father to win a game, for which he got the reward of his life. There is no regret. Rather, he enjoys doing this work. The recruiter now starts playing Russian roulette with Gi-hun, in which he will put a bullet in the revolver, and they will fire it one by one, and the bullet will fire at least once in 6 times. First, Gi-hun shoots himself, then the recruiter, then Gi-hun, and then the recruiter. Now number 5. That means the chances of the bullet being fired had become 50-50. He tells Gi-hun that if you want, you can end this game by killing me right now, but Gi-hun does not do so, and this time the bullet is not fired. Gi-hun also gets annoyed with him that, if you kill me by cheating in the game, then it will be proved that you are just a pet dog. But like I said, this man is crazy, and even after knowing that this time the bullet will definitely be fired, he shoots himself and dies, and this episode ends here. So friends, do tell me by commenting how you liked this first episode. If you liked the video, then like it, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. I will meet you very soon with the next episode.